Korea.
Here he is at the top. Kind of the odd man out today. He's not a Protoss. He is, in fact,
Jin Green Wings Coca.
the only Zerg today to play.
Yeah. For Jin Green Wings, for Kerrigan and the Swarm, we have him going up against the Protoss player. The Afrotoss, starting to the bottom of Polar Knight.
SK Telecom T1 Paralyzed.
Paralyze in this matchup, 50% win ratio, roughly. Same as Coca, so in terms of statistics, evenly matched, but not a whole lot of games recorded for both players. So it's going to be a really interesting match to see now. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen here. We have seen Paralyze several times attempting to go into the Challenger League, and he's currently in the second round here, so both of them are safe, will at least go to the up and downs. Coca, on the other hand, the people who everyone expected to take a GSL at some point and win it, but right now he has to fight his way back into the Premier League.
Yep.
And he might be able to do that, but it's going to be an interesting, very interesting game, not only because it's the first time today that we see a Zerg versus Protoss.
Exactly. Paralyze is someone we've seen in StarCraft 2 very little, I feel. You know, he's been around. He's showed some really cool builds in Pro League. He's played in the studio before as well. But there's nothing about Paralyze that stands out as like you look at him and you're like, yeah, this is his style and this is how he does this.
Except for his hair.
Except his hair, yeah, that does. Thank you for pointing that out, because I think a lot of people do not know why he has the nickname Afrotoss. It's because he has basically an afro. It's not because he likes afros or that he once had an afro wig. It's because of his actual hair that resembles an afro slightly. That's where he gets his nickname.
Well, with the base coming down here now for Coca, and also, of course, the pool, and with the timing that he has here, he can start his speed fairly early. We have, on the other hand, for Paralyze, the opening with the gateway here, and from the positioning, this looks like the old days, where you actually just take the wall at the natural, at the ramp, and then you deny access to the main base, and you just go for the 4K. Very unlikely that we're going to see that right now. But yeah, it reminds us of the old days.
Yeah, the old days, exactly. We've been talking about this a little bit, because every now and then you do see that really fast gateway wall. And he's actually going to cut all production and make a Nexus. So, super fast Nexus here, a great choice against the build he's seen. With a fast speed coming out for Coca, though, could easily be punished.
Yeah, the fast speed here, giving him a lot of flexibility, especially against incoming attacks, and that's one of the things that you want to have against an opening with a gateway. You want to have those speedlings, but at the same time, he can use it very aggressively. We've seen this in the recent matches here at the Challenger League here. So, the problem that you have if you go for this aggression is that usually the Mothership Core is there, and once that Nexus completes, the Mothership with a photon and overcharge is just going to do so much damage. But you can bait it out quite easily if you have enough Zerglings. But I kind of it's a little bit unlikely that he's really going to commit this many lava to Link. So
yeah, you know, I'm not sure. He could do it. He hasn't seen a wall yet. He's making 3 more drones, and I think at this point he would have needed to start his Lings already if he really wants to be aggressive here.
He doesn't have the Overlords, and he goes for a 3rd base.
Yeah, 3rd hatchery started. Stargate goes down just out of vision of the Overlord, so he's not going to see that until his Ling runs up, that is to say. In which case he clicks on it, knows immediately what's up, and is going to be able to react accordingly, get some spores.
3rd has been spotted, which is important here. Paralyze knows exactly what he's up against. He knows exactly about the timing. And we have the Overlord so far, just trying to go to the left side of the map, trying to escape whatever comes out of that Stargate. Most likely, of course, going to see a couple of Phoenixes here. And the Zerglings are still active on the map for Coca, like running around everywhere and looking for that one pylon that can mean the end of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely mean at the very least the end of a 3rd base a lot of the time. You know, I could see an Oracle here. We've seen a lot of players using Oracles recently, but it's just not too successful. And there's the Phoenix, as expected.
Phoenix trying to go for the Overlord hunting, of course, and both Overlords still trying to escape. He actually comes back, has a bit... This is not an Overlord, this is actually an Emo Lord. He wants to die, so he goes straight for the Phoenix, and is like, please take me down, my life really sucks, I want to die.
No,
and
I'm an Overlord like you wouldn't understand, You're not an Overlord.
This is an Emo Lord, and I mean, the Phoenix is gonna grant that vision.
Yeah. Now he's having second thoughts, but it's too late. It's too late.
Just look at him. He's really sad. He's just hanging there. He's completely emo, like really sad and like,
fine, kill me. See if I care.
I can't kill anything anyways. I'm just hovering here.
I might as well just not have even been created at the hatchery.
Okay, so Emo Lord down, and therefore also no scouting information at the natural anymore. We have another Overlord to the bottom right that has just been spotted, and it will also die.
Yeah, that's that Overlord was actually pretty content with his life. He was, you know, he just recently met a new girl. He got a new job, and you know, he's like, yeah, I got the new job. Looking at the top left, that's my job, and he was really good at it, but it just doesn't matter.
You know, he has a really keen eye for Overlords on the map, Paralyzed that is. He found so far every single one of them, even when they were a little bit hidden, so good job so far. Took down, I think, 3 in total, with the Phoenixes still roaming the map, and he really makes sure that there is no vision for Koka, and that's so important as a Protoss player. If you can make that happen, then the Zerg is definitely in a much more uncomfortable position. But we can also see the mechanics of Koka here. He has decent creep spread, already connected those bases. It's not on a Scarlet level, but definitely that's gives him a lot of safety and a little bit more flexibility defending against air units, since the Queens just need creep if they want to go from base to base.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to defend these Phoenixes really well when it comes to the main bases. The bigger problem for him, of course, being the Overlords that he lost earlier on, really causing him some production problems. We have a robotics bay coming up here, so Colossi are next on the menu. But the thing is, he doesn't have a third, which is actually pretty unusual for Protoss players these days to go 2-base Colossi. Usually if you see it, it's for a timing attack. I don't know. I wonder what he's going to do with this. He's really struggling to take that third Nexus. There it goes.
Yeah, there's the third, and we have Hydras coming into play now. So one of the things we can really bait out with ours, the Phoenixes, of course, the Hydras, and then you go into Colossi. But look at how many units he kills here. Really good micro. Oh my god, Paralyze. Such great micro up to the point where he loses a Phoenix for nothing.
Yep.
That was, he could have done that better, but really nice how he snipes all of those harvesters and goes straight for the Overlords. You're always dancing around the edges, making sure that units that are attacked are being pulled back. If not for that one Phoenix loss, that would have been a massive win for him.
Yep, this Roach attack here might be a massive win for Koka as he forces these sentries to use their force fields. He does target one down. Great force fields on the other hand by Paralyzed. He's actually not able to break through. Now he gets in, will kill the sentries. The cannon almost complete here.
Yeah, but the cannon is not the problem. The Nexus is not going to finish. He's going to lose this. Yeah. I don't think he can really hold it. Oh, maybe now with the Phoenix.
Well, the Zerglings are also kind of stuck in that choke point where they're not trading very well.
Yeah, now they're trading a whole lot better. Hive Tech already started, and that Nexus might go down. He's going to go for it immediately, trying to take it out, but it's not going to happen at this point. But there are so many units streaming across the map, but it's the Colossus that saves the day.
Yeah, he needs to turn around here. He's sending so many units in. I don't think that's gonna pay off for him. It was just almost enough, but not quite.
He stressed him out for sure. Like, he has his Hive Tech already halfway completed, and Hydralisk now. The Overlord here with the wrong waypoint, another Emo Lord just going down.
Yeah. I'm gonna take on the army by myself. I don't care about my life.
He actually got the memo just right now that the other Emo Lord killed himself by just moving into the Phoenix. So it was like, okay, where was that? Bottom left? Alright, I'm on my way.
Those teenager Overlords, man.
Yeah, well, once again.
Wow, he got a lot of kills there.
He does that so well with the Phoenixes.
Yeah, he knows exactly where to have them. He has 5 usually in a group, and that could just do so much. He kills the drone so quickly. Got to be careful about losing the Phoenixes. Saved it that time. You know, the awkward thing for Koka in this game was really his tech, where he got the Hydras. He got the Hydralisk Den after the Bay was like almost finished. So that's, you know, you never want to have that be the order of things. But now realizing what's happening, he goes for Vipers here, and with Vipers and Colossi Hydras together, you can actually fight Colossi. It is doable.
Bit of a... Yeah, Koka actually with the Hydras could have killed 1 or 2 of the Phoenixes if he would have moved in before attacking, but he fends them off for now. Bottom right, we have a base there that is now being established for Koka, who also gets a macro hedge. Really important. A lot of players these days are skipping this a bit and then losing the 4th base and also the production capabilities.
He could actually snipe a Viper. There's no Hydras nearby.
I think he has enough energy for a transfuse. I'm not 100% sure.
I think you're right. And actually, I love that Paralyzed already realizing that was probably not going to work, just goes for drones instead. That's just, for me, I look at that and I'm like, wow, that's actually really a good decision, because most people would be looking at that going like, ooh, I'm getting that Viper, like seeing, you know, like a treasure chest of gas that could be killed by killing the
It's
Viper.
a carrot on a stick right there,
yeah.
And if you move in too far, the stick is going to hit you, but in this particular scenario, that was not the case. The problem is that he's going to be hit pretty soon by this army that moves to the bottom left, and with the Vipers there, they could go for the Yanks immediately, just boing them in, And I don't know, like, this is pretty scary, especially with all of the Phoenixes suddenly gone, since they just flew right over that army.
I mean, the army supply is massive for Koka. 132 to 64, that's more than double his opponent's army supply, but I just don't actually think that this is going to work down that ramp against the gateway wall.
It's the High Templar that really makes it happen for Paralyzed. If he gets the feedbacks against the Vipers, then those Colossi are going to shred this army. But that's the question now. Positioning, that's what it's about. Here come the Vipers. He saw the High Templars. Blinding Cloud is already there. A good one. He can't move into that, but he might have to.
Koka's control is so good here. The Blinding Cloud, oh my god, he's making it look easier. Pulls the Colossus in.
Oh god, this is so good. He puts the Blinding Cloud down where the army will be and not where it is. Snipes another Colossus and moves in, but the defense on the other hand for Paralyzed is also good. 3 Colossi are still alive, but the Nexus is sniped and goes down. And Koka moves back. He knows he's on 4 bases against 2 now, and he is absolutely happy with losing a few units to achieve this.
He has a 4th base. He has Hive Tech. To be totally honest with you, Calder, I think this is the best timing attack I've seen on a Colossus 3rd base ever. I mean, the execution there, the arc on his units, the preemptive Blinding Cloud that you mentioned, making it where the units will be, not where they are.
Exactly. He puts them into the spot. He knows exactly that the army will have to move there if he wants to save that Nexus. He pulls all of the Vipers to the left side to make sure that there are no feedbacks. There were High Templars, but we didn't see a single feedback. Koka with really good control in this battle.
Just the arc that he had made it so that the Protoss army had to go to that exact place where the Blinding Cloud was. And he was like, yeah, just come at me. And not only will I have the Blinding Cloud there, but that's only going to protect my Vipers when I come forward for the Yanks. Beautiful execution on that. Problem being he lost a lot of units. And now he just has to make sure that there's no 4th base for Paralyzed. If he can keep that the case and continue to get his upgrades out, he will be in the better spot. Right now, he's going to try to snipe some Templar. 1 Storm goes down, but against Roaches, that's not ideal.
Yeah, he's moving in again, and there are just not enough force fields. Here comes the Blinding Cloud, and he yanks them in. One of the Vipers goes down, the other one are moving in and yanking whatever they can. Colossi number 2 immediately being attacked by Koka is forced back for now, but he is accumulating this bank and just rebuilding his army. He can go for the upgrades here. Koka is definitely putting Paralyzed into a corner.
The way Koka is playing this matchup right now, he's making it look like a Zerg player is supposed to fight Colossi with just Hydra Roach. I mean, even without the Viper Yanks, with the Blinding Cloud and the way he's approaching the engagements, he's making it look like the Zerg is the one who's supposed to be calling the shots in these late game battles, which is not normally how it is actually in this matchup. He's going again. The Protoss army just a little bit too small here, I feel.
Well, he's moving in now. He's going for that yank. He wants to get close enough, and he's really close. Here comes the High Templar on the other hand. Goes for the feedback, but
Beautiful
another Viper moves in and grabs that Colossi, pulls it into the army. Really nice control here by Koka. Paralyzed is doing what he can. Nice control on his own High Templars, trying to get close enough to the Viper, but Koka already sees it, pulls us back, and here comes the Zerg player going for the move, trying to take down this army and win game 1.
There's only 1 Colossus. You know it's not enough. There's way too much DPS on those Hydras. He grabs the Colossus again. Every grab so beautifully done, and Paralyzed looks like he is going to be down for the count in game number